Are you a busy working mom struggling to lose stubborn belly fat no matter what diet you try? Do you feel like your body is working against you despite your best efforts to eat right and exercise? If you're nodding your head in frustration, you're not alone, and it might not be your fault. In this video, you'll discover the surprising reason your hormones are sabotaging your weight loss efforts and what you can do to finally lose the weight for good. We're diving deep into the world of cortisol, the stress hormone that could be secretly hijacking your fat loss goals. As a nutritionist specializing in women's hormonal health, I've helped countless high-achieving moms like you reclaim their vitality, rebalance their hormones, and finally lose the stubborn weight that's been clinging to their middles for years. I know firsthand the frustration and hopelessness that comes with feeling like your body is betraying you at every turn. But I'm here to tell you there's hope. And it all starts with understanding the complex interplay between stress, cortisol, and fat storage. Cortisol is like your body's built-in alarm system, triggering the fight or flight response when you're under stress. It's a survival mechanism that helped our ancestors outrun dangerous predators and hunt down their next meal. In short bursts, cortisol is essential for keeping you alert, focused, and ready to face life's challenges head on. But in today's fast-paced, high-pressure world, many of us are stuck in a state of chronic stress, and that's where the trouble begins. When cortisol levels stay elevated for too long, it's like leaving your car running in the garage 24/7. Eventually, something's gonna break down. I've seen it time and time again with my clients. They're juggling demanding careers, family responsibilities, and their own well-being, all while running on fumes. They're relying on caffeine to power through the day, only to find themselves wide awake when their head hits the pillow at night. It's a vicious cycle that leaves them feeling exhausted, unproductive, and at the mercy of their hormones. Chronic stress, improper diet, imbalanced blood sugar, eating the wrong foods in the wrong quantities, not enough protein, too many processed carbs, eating too frequently, and too many life demands can all contribute to high cortisol levels and burn out adrenal glands. This leads to a host of frustrating symptoms like weight gain, fatigue, mood issues, sleep problems, and more. The consequences of chronic stress and elevated cortisol are no joke. Over time, it can lead to adrenal burnout, hormonal imbalances like PCOS, insulin resistance, diabetes, estrogen dominance, low progesterone, and even early menopause. Yikes. It's a domino effect on your health. But here's the good news. You have the power to reclaim your vitality and get your cortisol levels back in check. With the right tools, strategies, and support, you can break free from the grip of chronic stress and finally feel like yourself again. I've helped countless women just like you go from stressed out and symptom-ridden to balanced, energized, and thriving. If you're ready to take control of your stress levels and get your hormones working for you instead of against you, keep watching. In the next step, we'll dive into the surprising connection between cortisol and stubborn fat storage and what you can do about it. Here's where things get interesting. When cortisol levels are chronically high, it signals your body to store fat, especially around your midsection. It's like your body is stockpiling resources for a famine that never comes, leaving you with a spare tire that won't budge no matter how many crunches you do. But the effects of cortisol on fat loss go beyond just expanding your waistline. High cortisol levels can also mess with your insulin sensitivity, making it harder for your body to shuttle nutrients into your muscles and easier to store them as fat. It's like your hormones are playing a cruel game of metabolic keep away. If that wasn't bad enough, cortisol can also ramp up your appetite and cravings, particularly for high sugar, high fat comfort foods. It's no wonder so many stressed out moms find themselves elbow deep in a pint of Ben & Jerry's at the end of a long day. I've seen it time and time again with my clients. They're doing all the right things, eating clean and hitting the gym, but the scale just won't budge. That's because chronic stress and elevated cortisol levels are like a metabolic brake, slamming the doors shut on fat loss and making it nearly impossible to achieve the results that they're working so hard for. It's a vicious cycle. The more stressed you are, the more cortisol your body pumps out, and the harder it becomes to lose weight. And as the pounds piled on, so does the frustration and self-blame, leading to even more stress and cortisol production. It's like being stuck on a hormonal hamster wheel, spinning your wheels but getting nowhere fast. But here's the good news. By addressing the root cause of your cortisol imbalances, you can finally hop off that hamster wheel and start seeing real lasting results. Through targeted nutrition, lifestyle modification, and expert guidance, you can rebalance your hormones, reignite your metabolism, and finally achieve the body and life that you deserve. So if you're ready to break free from the cortisol fat loss trap and finally feel at home in your own skin, keep watching. In the next step, we'll dive into how to recognize the sneaky signs of cortisol imbalances and what you can do to reclaim your vitality from the inside out. So how do you know if cortisol is sabotaging your fat loss efforts? The symptoms can be subtle, but they add up over time. Let's dive into the 3 main categories of symptoms to watch for. Physical symptoms. You might find yourself feeling perpetually exhausted no matter how much sleep you get. It's like your body is running on empty, leaving you dragging through your day and relying on caffeine just to function. You may also struggle with digestive issues like bloating, constipation, or acid reflux, as elevated cortisol takes a toll on your gut health. And let's not forget about the sleep disturbances. Cortisol imbalances can wreak havoc on your sleep patterns, leaving you tossing and churning all night and waking up feeling more exhausted than when you went to bed. Joy. It's a vicious cycle that can leave you feeling like a zombie, just going through the motions of your day. Emotional symptoms. On the emotional front, cortisol imbalances can manifest as anxiety, irritability, and mood swings that rival your teenagers. You might find yourself snapping at your loved ones over minor grievances or feeling constantly on edge, unable to relax or unwind. It's like riding an emotional roller coaster without a seatbelt, leaving you feeling drained, out of control, and wondering if you'll ever feel like yourself again. I've worked with countless high-achieving women who secretly struggle with this emotional turbulence, putting on a brave face for the world while battling a constant onslaught of anxiety and self-doubt behind closed doors. Behavioral symptoms. When it comes to your behaviors and habits, high cortisol levels can spell trouble. You might find yourself turning to food for comfort, engaging in emotional eating to soothe your frazzled nerves or numb uncomfortable emotions. Or maybe you're struggling with a lack of motivation, finding it increasingly difficult to stick to your healthy eating and exercise goals as cortisol zaps your drive and willpower. You might find yourself skipping workouts in favor of Netflix binges or letting your self-care practices fall by the wayside as you try to keep up with the demands of your busy life. I know firsthand how frustrating and demoralizing it can be to feel like your body is betraying you at every turn. But here's the thing. These symptoms are not a sign of weakness or lack of discipline. They're a powerful signal from your body that something is out of balance, and it's time to take action. By learning to recognize the signs of cortisol imbalances and taking steps to address the root causes, you can finally break free from the cycle of stress, fatigue, and stubborn weight gain. I want to know, have you experienced the frustrating effects of cortisol imbalances on your fat loss journey as a busy mom? Share your experiences and any strategies that have helped you manage stress and cortisol levels in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and insights. As a career-driven mom, you're no stranger to the juggling act of managing multiple roles and responsibilities. Between crushing it at work, raising kids, and keeping the household running smoothly, it's no wonder you feel like you're constantly running on empty. You're the ultimate multitasker, but at what cost to your own well-being? In today's fast-paced, do-it-all society, the pressure to be a superwoman is real. You're expected to excel in your career, be the perfect mom, maintain a spotless home, and look Instagram worthy while doing it. It's an impossible standard that leaves you feeling perpetually stretched thin and stressed out. And let's not forget about the guilt. Oh, the guilt. Whether it's missing your kid's soccer game for a work meeting or ordering takeout instead of cooking a Pinterest-worthy meal, you're constantly second-guessing yourself and feeling like you're falling short. It's a mental and emotional burden that takes a serious toll on your cortisol levels. When you're chronically stressed out, your body pumps out cortisol like it's going out of style. And while little stress can be motivating, too much of it can lead to burnout, exhaustion, and a host of health issues. It's like trying to run a marathon at a sprinter's pace. Eventually, something's got to give. One of the biggest contributors to cortisol dysregulation for career-driven moms is a lack of work-life balance and self-care. When you're so focused on taking care of everyone and everything else, it's easy to let your own needs fall by the wayside. But here's the thing, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't make time for rest, relaxation, and recharging your own batteries, you'll end up running on fumes and setting yourself up for hormonal chaos. I should know because I've lived through it. And I've worked with countless high-achieving moms who are secretly struggling with the toll that chronic stress is taking on their bodies and minds. They feel like they're failing at everything, despite giving it their all, and they're desperate for a way out of the cycle of exhaustion and overwhelm. Now, I want you to imagine a different scenario. Picture yourself waking up each morning, feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to take on the day. Bounce out of bed, eager to tackle your to-do list with laser focus and unshakable confidence. As you go about your day, you find yourself making healthy choices effortlessly, nourishing your body with wholesome, satisfying foods that keep your hormones humming and your cravings at bay. You breeze through work meetings and school pickups with a smile on your face, knowing that you're showing up as the best version of yourself in every role. And when you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, you can't help but do a double take. Your clothes fit like a dream, hugging your curves in all the right places. Your skin is glowing, your eyes are sparkling, and you radiate an infectious energy that draws people to you like a magnet. That's the power of balanced hormones, and it is within your reach. With the right tools, strategies, and support, you can rewrite your cortisol story and finally achieve the fat loss, vitality, and unshakable confidence that you deserve. I've helped countless high-achieving women reclaim their vitality and get their hormones humming again through my signature Metabolism Mastery Blueprint program. No more guessing, no more frustration, just a clear plan and support every step of the way. If you're ready to finally get to the root of your symptoms and feel like the vibrant, energized version of yourself again, I invite you to book a Dream Body Blueprint session with my team. We'll dive deep into your unique hormonal challenges and craft a personalized plan to help you reach your goals. We specialize in helping women just like you balance their hormones, boost their metabolism, and reclaim their confidence. Click the link in the description to grab your spot. Discover more advanced strategies for cortisol management and fat loss in my next video, where we'll dive deeper into the intricacies of the top causes of high cortisol levels, what you should watch for. Trust me, your hormones and your skinny jeans will thank you. I'll see you there.